Oh my goodness. This is the last second step lesson as fifth graders. That is crazy. It's Mrs. Encarnacion, your school counselor. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. And you also may not even remember everything that we reviewed to be better learners and also how to get along with others better. So the way we're going to start is with a short recap of some of the different lessons that we learned about, or topics that we learned about this year in our second step curriculum. And so we will start with that and then review some of the other ones with, of course, the lovely songs that also go with each unit. So let's start with just a recap of everything that you learned. Here we go.
It's good to try to get to know people, even if you don't think you have anything in common. Who knows, you might end up becoming good friends.
The problem-solving steps have helped me stay out of big arguments.
When I need to calm down, I just breathe. When I start to get upset, I count backwards from 10. Then I say to myself, I can handle this.
Now, I try to think about how other people might feel before I do or say something. You don't always have to agree with someone else's opinion, but you should always be respectful.
Now, I really try to find out more about the situation before I make any assumptions.
I've learned how to stand up for what's right by being assertive. I found out that sometimes the best solution is getting help from an adult. You need to use assertiveness skills for that.
There were a lot of things to do to make this right, so I made a plan and wrote it down.
Great, you got it.
All right, yeah. Cool, tomorrow will be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So we went a little bit over some of the different topics. And now we're going to go topic by topic, starting with learning and empathy. In the fifth grade curriculum, in some of the other grades, they divided these up. But in fifth grade curriculum, they put together learning skills, how to be a better learner, and also empathy. So let me bring to the screen. We're going to go through some questions to see how much you learned or how much you remembered. But before we do that, we are going to start with a reminder on what empathy is. Y'all should know this song by now. And let's go ahead. Just a little reminder though, just in case you don't recall it. Here we go. What empathy is.
Yeah! I bet you've had strong feelings coming from within. Hard to see another's point of view when you're in your own skin. Changing your perspective, thinking through your stuff. Empathy's not easy when the going gets rough. You know that it may be hard to think it through. Other people feeling different because they're not you. You gotta walk in their shoes. Take a look and see what they're seeing. Walk in their shoes. Try to understand what it would feel like to be them. You gotta walk in their shoes. Empathy is what we're saying. Recognize those feelings. You felt them too. That's empathy. You see, she's getting angry. You felt that feeling too. Embarrassed, jealous, scared, strong emotions through and through. Empathy's the pathway to recognize and walk, so you can dish out some compassion and really walk the talk. People showing strong feelings, what do? Show them that you get it. Treat them with kindness through and through. You gotta walk in their shoes. Take a look, see what they're seeing. Walk in their shoes. Try to understand what it would feel like to be them. You gotta walk in their shoes. Empathy is what we're saying. Recognize those feelings and reach out to empathy. Empathy.
All right. So remember empathy? Okay. I'm sure y'all do. What we're going to do now is we're going to go over an assessment here that all of you most definitely should be able to answer. So I'm going to go through a few questions on learning and empathy, and let's see if you can recall what the answers might be. So number one, you're talking to a classmate in the hallway before school. She just had an argument with her best friend. You're listening to her with attention as she tells you how she's feeling. You understand how she feels. You felt sad after having an argument with a friend too. You are A, feeling happy that you are not her. B, having empathy for her. C, thinking she will not have many friends. Or D, wondering why she's so sad. Take a second. And you should have answered B, having empathy for her. If there's something you should leave with second step from, it's empathy, right? Knowing what empathy means. Walking in their shoes, demonstrating or having feelings connecting with people on the same feelings. All right, let's go to the next one. You're having trouble paying attention when your teacher explained what to do for a social studies project. Now everyone is getting started and you don't know what you're supposed to do. The best thing to do is A, just do the project the way you want. B, assertively ask your teacher how to do it. C, read a book instead. Or D, wait quietly at your desk and hope someone helps you. Well, the answer is B, assertively ask your teacher how to do it. Remember, being assertive is not being aggressive. Aggressive is loud and nasty and rude. Being assertive is just you're calmly presenting the information, being honest, but sure of yourself, okay? Doesn't mean nasty or whatever, rude, just assertive, being sure of yourself. All right, let's go to the next one. Some kids at the after-school program are starting to play a board game. It looks like it could be fun. Which of the following is the best way for you to join in? A, aggressively say you know all about how to play the game. B, wait a long time for them to ask you if you want to play. C, ask a question about the game, then politely ask if you could play too. Or D, wait until they start playing, then ask them to stop what they're doing and let you play. I know y'all know the answer to this. Just think about it, because the answer is C, ask a question about the game, then politely ask if you can play too. A, being aggressive is being nasty and a know-it-all, and who wants to have someone aggressive and nasty as part of the group? B is being too passive, but C is an example of being assertive. All right. And last question in this unit of learning and empathy. Garrett's older brother gave him an old bike. Garrett is very excited. He rides the bike to the park to meet you. Unfortunately, on the way to the park, something hits his wheel and bends the spokes. He's very disappointed. What is a compassionate thing you can do for Garrett? A, tell him it's just a bike, no big deal. B, tell him you're sorry about the wheel and you can ask an adult to help fix it. C, it's best to say nothing. Or D, wish Garrett had gone a different way to the park. So then you wouldn't really have to deal with it. You know the answer? B, tell them you're sorry about the wheel, and then that you can ask an adult to help fix it. Okay? All right, my friends. So we are going to now move to the next section that we talked or learned about in our second step curriculum was all about, I know y'all know this one, emotion, regulation, how to regulate your emotions. For old time's sake, let's go ahead and do this one.
It's astounding. How intense is this feeling? Anger is building up. You need some healing. But listen closely. There's a way to do it. Feel the power, keep control, work on through it.
Instead of those wild knee-jerk reactions, you gotta get your own attention. Emotions come calling, instead of just falling to brawling, name calling, or whining and falling.
Stop, name your feel and calm down. Stop, name your feel and calm down.
Stop! Give yourself a signal like stop. Chill. Hold up. Hang on.
You send a signal to yourself, then stop.
Okay, now name your feeling. Are you angry, embarrassed, worried, scared? Figure it out and name it.
Just name your feeling. It's just a thing. It slows you down and makes you think. And then you start to come right down by just breathing, using self-talk or counting. And a 1, 2, 3. Stop. Name your feel and calm down. Stop. Name your feel and calm down.
Remember this. When you have strong feelings like anger, fear, or jealousy, before they take over, you take that power. Emotions don't drive you. You have the key.
Slowing it down and feeling your power and naming your particular feeling. You're stopping the landslide. You're taking that deep breath, saying good things. You can do this. And now you're in control. Stop. Name your feeling. Calm down. 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 Stop. Name your feeling. Calm down.
All right, so we are now going to review parts of the emotion management unit that we did. So, number 5, you experience strong emotions only in your body. Is that true or false? We only experience strong emotions in our body. That's false. We experience strong emotions in our brain. Remember when we flip our lid, in our brain and in our body. Okay, number 6, you're taking a test. You still have 2 more questions to go, but you only have a little more time. You start feeling anxious. What should you do? What should you do to calm down? Stop. Use your signal. Cry. Name your feeling. Or calm down using a calming down strategy. This is multiple choice, so you should stop, name your feeling, and then calm down using a calming down strategy, counting, deep breathing, self-talk, any of those, right? Number 7, you're learning how to make folded birds in art class. Everyone seems to be able to do it but you. Every time you try, you get it wrong. You feel like ripping the whole thing up and throwing it on the floor. You are really frustrated. What can you do to calm down? Okay, so we already named the feeling frustrated. What can you do to calm down? A, take a break and try again later. B, bang the table to show how frustrated you are. C, use self-talk to tell yourself that you can do it. You just need to take your time. Or D, do deep centered breathing. The answers are A, take a breath and try again later, use self-talk, and centered breathing. You can do any of those. Those are all strategies in the calming down. 8, you and a partner have just finished building a rocket for a science project. You're carrying your completed rocket up to the front of class when you trip over someone's foot. You drop the rocket and it cracks. You turn around and see a classmate with his foot in the aisle. You are so angry. You feel like breaking his rocket. You want to punch him, but instead, you decide to calm down. What positive self-talk can you use to calm down? A, I know he was trying to trip me on purpose. B, he probably didn't stick his foot out on purpose. I can always fix my rocket. C, I should have stepped on his foot. Or D, I'm going to push his foot back into his face. The answer is B. He probably didn't stick out his foot on purpose. I can always fix my rocket. We're giving the benefit of the doubt so that you can stay in control. Okay? All right. So now our last unit that we reviewed was problem solving, how to solve problems. And so there is this one more song for us to review here to remember what to do to solve problems. Here we go.
Here's a great way to remember. Keep it strong in your head, yeah. After the storm of strong emotions, here's the way to solve the problem, yeah. I said step. I just remember to step. Oh, child. S. You say the problem out loud now. G. Now think solutions that may work and how. E. Explore consequences, what would happen if. E. Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. You got to step up to be cool, yeah. S-T-E-P. Give your power now after the storm of strong emotion. S-T-E-P. Solve the problem now. Now listen to me, all you good people. There's nothing wrong with strong emotion, but after you calm it down, you still got a problem, see? Now you gotta fix it, and you can. Oh, you step up. Let me show ya. Say you're in line and a kid come cuts in front of ya. Whoa, that make you mad, brothers and sisters. So feel it and calm it and take another look, yeah. Whoa, let me show you now. You say the problem out loud now. You both want to be first in line, no blame. Now think solutions that may work and how. Now these gotta be safe and respectful, no pushing, no shoving, see? Explore consequences, what would happen if. How will other people feel? How will you feel? Will it work? Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. Choose it and act on it. You got to step up to be cool, yeah. S-T-E-P. Give your power now after the storm of strong emotion. S-T-E-P. Solve the problem now. S. You say the problem out loud now. G. Now think solutions that may work and how. E. Explore consequences, what would happen if. E. Now pick the best solution and make your plan, yeah. You got to step. I just remember to step. Oh, child, say you wanna step. You got to step, you got to step. Oh, yeah, step.
All right, so here we go with the last part of with the last questions. Here we go. The last questions of the final questions. Here we go. That have to do with problem solving. Number 9. When you solve problems, first calm down, then P, pick the best solution. D, decide who's to blame. T, think of solutions. E, explore consequences. And S, say the problem. The answer is, remember, S, T, E, P. You're going to pick the best solution, think of solutions, explore consequences, and say the problem. When we are problem solving, we do not want to focus on blaming someone else. That is not going to help us problem solve. What that is, it's going to continue. It's not going to help us think clearly, and it's not going to help us solve the problem. So try and keep blame out of it if you're really trying to help solve, to figure out a solution to problems, okay? Number 10, Bella hears some of her friends talking about another friend of hers, Karen. Bella is sure that what they are saying is untrue and hurtful to Karen or Kareen. Bella knows this is a problem. What are some possible solutions that are safe and respectful? We're going to click all that apply. She could walk away and refuse to listen, could confront the gossipers and tell them to stop, could just stand there and listen quietly, or assertively state the truth. A, B, and D. Standing there and listening quietly, you're an accomplice. You are, even though you're not overtly part of the problem, you are still part of the problem because you can be associated with it, okay? So those are all ways to respectfully be able to help Kareem. Number 11, Rashid borrowed his friend's favorite book. Now his friend wants it back, but Rashid can't find it. He decides he needs to tell his friend what happened and replace the book. However, this solution is not simple. It requires a plan. Select all of the following that Rashid should remember when making his plan. A, the order makes sense. B, it should take a long time. C, it's not too complicated. And D, it's realistic and you're able to do it. There are multiple answers to this, and they are A, C, and D. Make sure that the order makes sense in your plan, it's not too complicated, and that it's realistic and you're able to actually get it done, okay? It really should not take a long time either. You want to focus on shorter, solution-focused answers, okay? And our last questions, you have to show your completed homework to your teacher before you go out to recess. Your friend didn't finish hers and wants to copy yours. What should you do? A, let her copy it so she can join you at recess. B, tell her you didn't finish your homework either. C, tell her no, you don't want to let her do that, but you can play with her next recess after she gets her homework done. Or D, tell on her. Well, C, tell her no, you don't want to let her copy your work, but you'll play with her next recess after she gets her homework done. All right? So those are ways to keep yourself out of trouble. And I hope that as you are wrapping up 5th grade, I can't believe it, you are going to be transitioning to middle school, transitioning to 6th grade. I hope that you are taking time to kind of reflect on the year that you've had and be proud of yourselves too. Be proud of yourselves. You made it. We're at the home stretch. And through 2nd step, you learned a few strategies and a few coping skills and mechanisms to be able to not only get along better with other people, but also to be a better learner. I wish you the best in 6th grade, if it's wherever it is. And I hope that you reflect fondly, that you think about your time at Lloyd fondly, and wish you truly, truly a successful remainder of your school career, and know that you always have a place here at Lloyd. Have a great rest of your days here. Enjoy and do take care. And I wish you the best.